Most people are not bad at listening. They are scared while they listen. If that lands, it is because you know the feeling. Someone is talking, and your body is there. Your eyes are on them. You are even nodding. But inside, you are working. You are trying to be interesting. You are trying to be safe. You are trying to not say the wrong thing. You are trying to fix it fast so it does not get awkward. And the whole time, the other person can feel that you are not really with them. They might not name it, but they feel it. I used to think active listening was a polite skill, something you do to be nice. Now I think it is a power skill. It changes how people experience you. It changes what they tell you. It changes what they trust you with. It is also one of the fastest ways to calm a room down without controlling anyone. I learned this the hard way in small moments that felt ordinary, like standing in a kitchen at a friend's place, the overhead light too bright, the smell of dish soap in the air. My friend was talking about work, the kind of story that should take 2 minutes. I was already building my response. I was lining up advice. I was preparing a funny comment. I was thinking about my own similar story. I was waiting for my turn like I was holding a ticket. And then I saw it happen. Their voice got flatter. Their eyes drifted away for a second. Their shoulders tightened. Nothing dramatic, just a small retreat. That is the thing about being half listened to. People do not storm off. They just stop offering you the real version. Active listening is not a performance. It is not nodding like a dashboard toy. It is not repeating the last 3 words like a trick. It is deciding that for this moment, their inner world matters more than your image. When someone starts talking, there is a quiet question underneath it. It is almost never the words. The question is usually something like, am I safe with you? Will you get me? Are you going to judge me? Are you going to make this about you? Do I have to defend myself here? Most people walk around bracing for impact. They have been interrupted 1,000 times. They have been corrected mid-sentence. They have been met with quick solutions that say your feelings are inconvenient. They have been met with that say your pain is too much. So they come in guarded. They test you with a small truth before they risk a bigger one. If you want to master active listening, you start by noticing what happens in you when someone else has the floor. I notice my urge to jump in. I notice the little heat in my chest when I think I know the answer. I notice the impatience when the story takes a turn I did not expect. I notice the fear that if I do not say something smart, I will be forgettable. That fear is the enemy of listening. Not because it makes you evil, but because it makes you busy. And busy people cannot be present. The first thing I do is settle my body. Not in a dramatic way. I soften my forehead. I let my jaw unclench. I drop my shoulders down a fraction. I plant my feet. I slow my breathing just enough that my voice would come out steady if I needed it. This is not about looking calm. It is about becoming calm, because my nervous system sets the temperature of the interaction. Then I give my eyes a job. I look at the triangle of their face, one eye, then the other, then the mouth. Not like a robot, just enough that my attention stays with them. I do not stare. I do not scan the room. I do not keep checking my phone like I am waiting for a better offer. If I need to glance away to think, I do it slowly and I come back. People can feel when your attention is fragile. They start compressing themselves. They rush. They skip details. They do not ask for what they really want. Active listening starts to work when you stop treating the conversation like a tennis match. Most of us listen to return the ball. Active listening is more like catching the ball and feeling its weight for a second. What did they actually throw at me? At work, this matters more than people admit. I have been in meetings where someone is presenting an idea and you can see the room preparing counterpoints. Pens tapping, eyes narrowing, someone smirking like they already won. The presenter speeds up. Their words get messy. Their confidence drains in real time. Then people say, that was not clear. But it was clear. The room just never let it land. When I am in that room, I try to be the one person who receives the idea before shaping it. I lean in slightly. I keep my face neutral and open. I let a beat of silence happen after they finish a thought. That beat is gold. It tells them I am not rushing to dominate. It tells the room that we are not hunting for flaws yet. And when I respond, I do not start with my opinion. I start with what I heard. Not as a trick, but as a check. I reflect the core in plain language. I name the goal I think they are aiming for. I name the constraint I think they are worried about. That reflection does two things. It makes them feel seen, and it makes the conversation accurate. Accuracy is kindness. Misunderstanding someone and arguing with the wrong thing is a quiet form of disrespect, even when you do not mean it. In relationships, active listening is often the difference between a small problem and a week-long Cold War. I have watched couples spiral because one person brings a feeling and the other person brings a solution. The solution might even be correct, but it lands like a dismissal. Someone says they feel alone. The listener says, well, you should make more friends. Someone says they feel overwhelmed. The listener says, just be more organized. Someone says they feel unappreciated. The listener says, but I do so much for you. What the speaker hears is, your feeling is an accusation. Your feeling is a problem to fix. Your feeling is not welcome. Active listening does not mean you agree with everything. It means you can stay with their experience long enough to understand it. It means you can tolerate their emotion without trying to shut it down. A practical way I hold myself to this is I ask a private question in my head. What is the feeling asking for right now? Not what is the story asking for. The feeling. Sometimes the feeling is asking for reassurance. Sometimes it is asking for respect. Sometimes it is asking for patience. Sometimes it is asking for repair. Sometimes it is asking for space. If I answer the wrong request, I can talk for an hour and still miss them. There is also a persuasion angle here that people overlook. If you want influence, listen first. People do not let you lead them until they feel you understand them. Even in a negotiation, even in a disagreement. The fastest path to movement is often to name their side so well they relax. I have been in tense conversations where I could feel the other person bracing for a fight, their chin slightly lifted, arms crossed, voice clipped. If I match that energy, we are done. If I try to win early, they dig in. So I slow down, I lower my voice, I let them finish. I do not interrupt even when I want to. I watch for the moment they repeat themselves. Repetition is a clue. It means they do not feel received yet. Then I reflect the part they care about most. I name the stake as they see it. I name the fear under it. Not in a psycho way, in a human way. Something like, it sounds like you are trying to avoid being blamed for this. Or it sounds like you want to make sure your effort is recognized. When I get it right, I see their shoulders drop, their eyes soften, their words slow. Now we can talk. One of the biggest myths is that good listeners are quiet. Sometimes, yes, but active listening is not passive. It has a shape. It has timing. It has restraint. Restraint is a skill. It is choosing not to interrupt when you could. It is choosing not to correct a small detail that does not matter. It is choosing not to hijack the moment with your own story. It is choosing not to the moral of the story before they finish living the story. I practice this in low-stakes places, like talking to a stranger in line at a coffee shop. They mention they are tired. My brain wants to say same, or to make a joke. Instead, I stay curious. I let my face show that I am listening. I give a small pause. Often they add the real thing. They were up with a sick kid. They are starting a new job. They are caring for a parent. People carry a lot, and they rarely dump it on you unless you make room. Making room is not just mental. It is physical. If my arms are tight across my chest, I am broadcasting defense. If my torso is angled away, I'm broadcasting exit. If I'm fidgeting, I am broadcasting impatience. I can say all the right words and still feel unsafe to someone. So I try to face people. I keep my hands relaxed. I nod when something lands. I let my eyebrows lift when I am surprised. I let my expression match the moment. Not exaggerated, just honest. People trust congruence. They trust when your face fits your words. There is a deeper layer, too. Active listening means hearing what someone cannot say cleanly. A friend tells me they are fine, but their voice is thin and their laugh comes late. A coworker says no worries, but their email is suddenly formal. A partner says, do whatever you want, but they stop making eye contact. If I only listen to the words, I miss the truth. If I only listen to the vibe, I can become unfair. The art is holding both, gently. In those moments, I do not accuse. I do not say you are clearly upset. I offer a door. I name what I notice without cornering them. I keep it simple. I give them a way to correct me. This is how you show care without control. And sometimes, the most active form of listening is silence. Not the cold silence that punishes, the warm silence that says, take your time. Many people have never had that. They have only had silence that meant you are on your own. If you want to feel the difference, notice what happens after you ask a question. Do you rush to fill the gap? Do you rescue them from thinking? Do you answer your own question because the pause makes you anxious? I used to do that. I thought I was being helpful. I was really soothing myself. When I started letting the pause live for 2 more seconds, people went deeper. They got more specific. They surprised themselves. That is where real conversation starts.